Okay, so I'm filming this and I'm currently on over 780 followers, so I'm already doubting if I'm going to get this up on time. But I wanted to do this huge Q&A business, which I've already got more questions than I was thinking I would, which is always cool because there's a lot to answer. But yeah, this is for getting this is for reaching 800 followers, which is still crazy. From like 500 on, it's just been snowballing on top of each other. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first question is from a Mindful Traveler blog. I'm just going to read these in the order that I got them. And that was, what has been your favorite holiday destination and why? Now, for my holidays, I always go back and forth between Fiji and Peru. Fiji because it was my honeymoon and the first time I'd gone properly to visit like an island, so it was so nice and relaxing. But Peru was 4 weeks long. Me and my friend Sarah, we went kind of backpacking. We hit like 10 different cities and it was such a culture shock. It was so different to anything I'd ever done. And also, like, Machu Picchu was just insane on a whole other level. And I would love to go do another, for lack of a better word, culture shock visit, whereas visiting something that's completely different to anything I've experienced. Yeah, I think for holiday experience overall, it would definitely still be Peru. Pearl from The Pearly Life has asked, what is your favorite childhood memory? There is a lot, but I think what I'm going to go with is that my favorite childhood memory is when my sister was 15 or 16. She saved up enough money for her first digital camera, which wasn't anything flash, but me, Joe and Andrew had so much fun messing around with that growing up. We have so much stupid videos and photos, selfies, and they're all like incredibly bad, so we show them to each other, or we show each other's to other people, but we try not to look at them too much because, you know, they get really weird. She also asked, what's the best airline you've flown and why? Although, I mean, that's good, but we also flew Fiji Airways to Fiji, and while they didn't have entertainment screens, they did give us food free of charge. Like actual meal foods, whereas with Air New Zealand and other ones, you have to pay for it extra. Okay, Ezra asked, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I think I've answered these on like blog award questions, but to be honest, I can't imagine living anywhere else but New Zealand. My heart's here, so yeah, I couldn't imagine living anywhere else, really. Annie from Annie, I have no idea how you pronounce your blog name. My German is shockingly not there. So, Glücksgeist. Let me know how much I butchered that. She asked, what was your favorite blog post you've uploaded? Ooh, I upload an unhealthy amount of blogging to the point where it's always on my brain. Everything I do. Oh, favorites. Okay, I'm going to go with the recent one, which I actually uploaded very, very recently, which is, I think I called it, in the end, Angela Tries Beauty Box, which was my first try at beauty reviewing products. And I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I was staring at these products thinking, what do I say about them? Yeah, that was just something a little bit out of my comfort zone, which went really well. So that's one of my favorite current blog posts. Elsie from Elsie LMC blog, she asked a few questions. Her first one is, they're all connected, is who is your idol? If you could meet them, would you? Or would you fear that they would not meet your expectations? One of three is Emma Watson, Amy Poehler, or Lin-Manuel Miranda. But I feel like those three would be pretty cool to speak with. I don't know what I would say to them beyond, you know, I love you. But I feel like whatever they said to me, and even just acknowledging my existence, would be enough to just blow my mind. Okay, Christy has asked, she has 3 questions. First, pizza or burger? I go pizza because they're in slices, so I don't have to eat the whole thing myself because I can't. Whereas like I've had really decadent big burgers and I have not been able to finish them. And she also asked, would you rather have a headache or a toothache? I mean, they both suck. And depending on how bad they are, they could be really, really sucky. I would have to say headache. Do you believe in destiny? If that's like destiny, that everyone's destined to do something or destined to fall in love with a certain someone, I don't really think so. I like to think that we're all, to a certain extent, in control of what happens to us. Okay, Small Town Rambler asks, what are your pet peeves? I think I've mentioned these before. In one of the 30-day blogging challenge thing I did with Maggie and Shayla, I had a whole post about it. Just kind of being rude in general. There's just no need for it. Oh, and grocery carts. Leaving them in the parking lot. What book are you currently reading? I'm still currently reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, but I really recommend you guys read it. It's so much fun. What kind of blogs do you not like to read? Okay, I feel like this is mean, but this is just personal preference for me. I guess the ones that I don't read as much would be like poetry and stories, and that's nothing against people who blog that. It's just that I read blogs to get an insight into people's lives, not so much stories, if that makes sense. I've just never really been into personally. So Maggie from Dreaming of Guatemala, I'm sure you guys all know her, Maggie is awesome, has a few questions, and she said just pick your favorites or answer them all, and I'm going to answer them all. Number 1, if you could be any age for a week, what would that be? For a week? I don't know. I'm actually really happy where I am at the moment. What do you usually order at restaurants? Pancakes, if they have a breakfast option. Rory will back me up on that. I love pancakes. And fries. If there's no breakfast option, then yeah, fries. Because I can actually finish a whole order of fries, whereas most other things I don't. Number 3, what do you feel most proud of? Currently getting my full teacher registration, because that has been 2 years working towards with my senior teacher and mentor at works. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? What would you want to do there? I have currently got my eyes set on Japan. We're thinking now of pushing that until 2019, just because we've done a lot of trips recently to Aussie, Fiji, and wedding that our money situation on top of looking for a house. I think I just got overexcited, so we've decided to be sensible and wait another year on that. Okay, Sherilyn asked a really cool question, which is, do you like to drive yourself or be driven, and why? But also, I love being driven, because then I can I can use my phone to take photos as we're driving places. I get to sort the music. I can just kind of look around and drink in the sights around me. Whereas when you're driving, you can't do that. You have to be focused on what you're doing for legal purposes, and you don't want to crash the car. So I'm going to go with I like to be driven. Rejoice asks, which African country or countries do you want to visit one day? To be honest, Africa isn't on my travel wish list. There's heaps of amazing things to see there. But I don't cope that well in heat. I learned this again in Fiji, and it was only like 30 degrees one day, but I was melting and sweating, and I was so grumpy that I feel like Africa would get hotter, and yeah, I just don't cope too well in heat. Through My Lens has asked, are you an early riser or a night owl? To be honest, I've been both. I'd say more I'm an early riser now, because now a sleep in for me consists of waking up at 8 or 8:30. And okay, let's see who's next. Pamela has asked a couple of questions. So, do you get right to work or do you need to ease yourself into it? I need to ease myself into it, and then once I'm into it, I can go for ages. Do you normally tackle big tasks right away or put them off as long as possible? But if it's something that I know has a deadline, so like something at work, then I try to get it done right away. But if it's something without a deadline, like cleaning, it won't ever get done. What is something you have to have in your handbag? Despite the obvious phone, keys, wallet, and all that, it's something that I don't actually do, but I always need a hair tie with me because my hair can kind of get out of control, but most of the times I forget. What kind of snacks are your favorite? Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes savory. If it's that case, I want chips, normally Pringles. If it's something sweet, then chocolate, and that can be any kind of chocolate. Ooh, what's your favorite Hamilton song lyric? I am really into a lot of Eliza and Angelica's songs. But the one that always sticks out to me, which Eliza sings a couple of times, is like a recurring theme, is look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Yeah, I mean, there's so many, but that's the first one that comes to mind, so that is my current favorite one. Why am I your favorite blogger? And then in parentheses she says, lols, JK, but I will say Shayla answered when I asked her. So, you're my favorite because you blog about a lot of stuff like I do. And also you're just so supportive. You show up in pretty much every one of my posts. And then we kind of talk for ages about whatever in the comment section. And I love that. Bea has asked, Bea? I don't know. I'm so worried I'm butchering everyone's names. She asks, what are your hobbies? A lot of things. I like coloring. I like baking. I like reading, going for walks, kind of. What's your favorite vacation spot? For vacation kind of spot, or if that's like somewhere I've gone to a lot, then I'm gonna say Blenheim, which is where I've gone to for Christmases. I haven't been in the past couple of years. What do you love about weddings? I always just love the ceremony bit where they say the vows, because I mean in my ones I was crying my eyes out throughout all of it. But that's just, you know, where you're saying that, yeah, I want to get married to this person and you're all in love, and it's just so sweet to see, and I'm a crier. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh my god, what's happening to my nose? 5 years. I would like to say, I hope we have a house. Like, I really do. And, Rory and I get asked about having kids, and I would say in 5 years we would probably, or at least have tried to have a kid. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? To be honest, it only takes maybe, well, technically an hour because I like to have a shower. But then after that, it takes me 20 minutes to just throw on clothes, throw on makeup, try to do something with my hair, throw on shoes, grab water bottle, grab bag, and then I'm out. Who do you look up to? Beyond family, again, the three, the trifecta. Lin-Manuel Miranda, Emma Watson, Amy Poehler. If you could be any animal, what animal would you be? I really like ducks. I don't know why. Ducks. Okay, let's try this again. I didn't plan that through very well, so I ran out of time for recording. When I did it before work, and then I went to work, and now I'm back from work. So let's finish this off. Amelia from Amelia and Hull has asked, what is your favorite time of day? My favorite time of day is definitely at the end of work, because while work is fun, it is also nice to just finish the day and just have time to spend for yourself at the end. Dippy Dotty Girl, aka Arundhati or Kathy, depending on who you ask, has asked me, what is the first thing you're going to do when you have your dream home in place, and what would be the deal breaker in a prospective house? basically we wouldn't go for a house unless we were 100% on it, and a deal breaker for the houses is things like if there's been plumbing problems, if the ventilation in the bathroom looks shoddy, if there's just things that we're unsure about, we don't go for it unless we really are. And basically as long as the house has good structural integrity and good bones and stuff, and we feel like we can work with it, we're happy to go for it, and then we'll just work from there. But it's hard for me to imagine at this point because, well, we don't have that at the moment just yet. Natalie from Style in the Afternoon has asked me what is my favorite thing about married life. Married life is very much the same as how it was when we were living together before. It's just kind of wondering what the next milestone will be. That, and we call each other husband or wife a lot just because it's funny. Haya has asked, would I ever come visit America? One day, sure. Just the thing about America is that you're on the other side of the world, literally, which takes a lot of time, money, planning, leave. So give us time. We'll probably get there someday. Michaela has asked, would I ever think of coming to Europe during white months? I'm assuming that's winter, and I would totally go visit Europe during winter because I feel like it'd be less touristy at that point, so prices might be cheaper too. And, you know, I'm fond of snow. Or am I? Oh, a blog whose name I won't try to pronounce because it's Russian. If you think my German's bad, my Russian's even more non-existent. But I believe the translation is Black Hen, and it's run by two girls. I think their name's Sasha and Dasha. But they asked, what's your favorite or least favorite fashion trend now? And I have never, nor will I ever probably know what's in terms of fashion. There's just like been stuff popping up that I've liked and I've stuck with, like floral patterns. Skinny jeans was a thing at some point. I still wear those. I also wear boyfriend jeans, which I don't know why they're called that. Yeah, Ria has asked, have you ever visited India, and if you have, which place? I haven't visited India. Shayla asks, would you rather lose an arm or a leg? I think she's asking me that because I asked her that on her own video Q&A, because I was just trying to think of the weirdest question. I would like to keep all of my appendages, but if I had to lose one, I think losing an arm, because I'd still be able to walk and run everywhere. But you just have to get used to doing everything one-handed, I guess. How has your relationship with Rory changed since you've been married? I think I kind of answered this with Natalie's question, but it hasn't changed too much beyond making our future more certain, I guess. The main change is, I guess, the rings and the calling each other husband and wife. Do you plan on getting pets in the future? I reckon we would. I like cats and or dogs, and Rory grew up with a lot of pets. I didn't really grow up with any besides birds and fish, and they didn't really make any impact on me, so it'd be really cool to have a pet one day. What did you do with your first ever paycheck? I was working part-time as a cleaner in the retirement home. I think I spent it all on either shoes, food, something random. It was like $200, and it was the most money I'd ever gotten at one point, and I didn't think to save. I was 16, I just wanted things. Do you believe in online friendships? Of course I do. I've made so many in these past 3 months since I've started blogging alone. Meeting all you guys through the blogs. I mean, I talk to you on a daily basis. I feel like I know a lot of you guys really well, and yeah, I consider us friends. Would you like to learn a new language? I would. I'd be down for that. But currently I'd be more interested in relearning Tagalog because I still have like the bones of that. I can still understand some Tagalog when I hear it, so I feel like it's easier to build off of that than starting again from scratch. Janie asks, what cartoon character would you like to be? I can't think of a character, but I think of like an animation world I'd like to be in would definitely be the Avatar world with all the bending and stuff. I mean, I'd probably end up with a non-bending ability, but if you could only have one emoji expression on your face for the rest of your life, which would you choose? I wouldn't choose a smiling one because like permanently holding a smile, your face starts to feel weird. So basically just like a neutral face one, because honestly that's what my face kind of does most of the time. Ella May Garrett has asked, if you could master any hobby, what would it be and why? I would master musical skills. I want to relearn piano because I have a keyboard here that I can practice with, so I should. And I have a ukulele, which is really fun to play and I've sometimes used at work, but I want to do that more. Liz has asked, from I Wanna Be a Lady, what's your favorite thing about New Zealand? I kind of like how small we are. It just kind of means everyone's, well, not everyone, but it's just kind of nicer here. It's quiet, we're out the way. Like everyone else's best case scenario is probably our worst case scenario. Things are chill down here. Just, you know, leave us be. Plus there's heaps of pretty scenery everywhere. How has your relationship with Rory evolved since you've started blogging? I don't know if it's evolved, but I mean, I talk about it a lot more. Rory's aware of it. He knows that he's in it a lot because I straight up tell him. But yeah, no, I just talk to him about it a lot and he's like, cool, because we both have things we're into, so yeah. Okay, Margaret from The Word has asked, what is the one thing at your wedding that is the first thing you think of when you did your wedding? And the same about your honeymoon. The first thing I think about my wedding is how well it went, and I think it's because our guest list was really small. It was a max of 40 and we knew everybody there. We wanted everybody there, and it just made the day kind of more special to celebrate it with everyone that we really wanted to. First thing I think about honeymoon is the food. Like, it was incredible. We didn't have to worry about making food for ourselves for like a whole week. It was just prepared for us. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. They were huge, delicious courses. So, I mean, I loved it so much I made a whole post devoted to it, so. Fatia has asked, would you rather mistakenly bite your tongue when talking or mistakenly hit your toe against a hard surface? Which do you think hurts more? Stubbing your toe, for sure. I've done that a few times at work because we don't wear shoes when we're in the baby's room, and it's just hurts so much. You suddenly just can't think, you can't move. Whereas I've bitten my tongue and it's just more annoying, but not painful. So yeah, I'd rather bite my tongue. Emma has asked, what would be your superpower? Telekinesis, for sure. I love the idea of just moving things with my mind. Jenny has asked, would you rather be stuck on a hot deserted island or somewhere in the Arctic cold? Arctic cold. I think I'd prefer being cold to being hot. I would think I'd just rather be cold because then you go numb and then you don't feel anything, whereas as I've mentioned before, I don't like getting all hot. What color are your nails right now as you make the video? They are nothing. They're just nails. I haven't like painted them or anything in ages, mostly because they kind of just keep breaking and I got sick of it, so I cut them all really short and now they're sort of growing back. So yeah, if I do paint them though, I normally paint them quite like a soft pink or kind of more nude colors because that's just what I'm more comfortable with. Okay, and now we get to Ellie's questions. She has asked, besides, Ellie from Wormel blog, if I haven't said that already. Besides Rory, who knows you best? Me? No. I would say probably my sister, just because... Actually, yeah, I'd probably go with Jo, because since I grew up with her and stuff, we talk a lot. We just kind of know each other really well. What is one word to describe your week? Regular, if I'm being perfectly honest. Oh wait, no. No. Yeah, like I had good days, I had alright days. It was never bad, so it's good to, regular to good. What are some of your favorite posts that you've written? That I've written, I like the ones I've dedicated to my family, so my dad, my brother. The ones I've written about Rory in terms of our relationship and stuff. These ones actually take long to write, as the Have You Met series, as I love diving more into my favorite peeps blogs, and I get lost in like all the backlog, and I just kind of bookmark all these ones that I really like and I want to mention in the post, and it's just really fun. How are babies made? I mean, I'm assuming you should already know this. It's technically something you need to learn in school. Sex ed, I guess. But yeah, unprotected sex for the most part, I would say, is how they're made. Would you rather have a chicken nugget body or a single feather for a body? Okay, wow. I'm gonna say chicken nugget, just cause like a feather, they like snap and break, and how would you even stand? You'd just constantly be flopping over. Or, you know, like a breeze comes by and Wellington is very windy and you'll just fly away. So I'll go for a chicken nugget. Yeah, okay, so I've reached the end of the questions. There was a lot. Who knows how long this post is going to be. Possibly very long, and I didn't plan it too well. So if I ever do a Q&A post, I'm going to do one like closer to the weekend so that I have more time to edit and film and all that. But this is a learning curve and I'm having fun doing these video kind of things. But I think for my next one, I'll definitely try to do a shorter one. I don't know what it would be yet though, but probably not another Q&A, at least not for a while. Because, I mean, you guys really came through. I don't know how many questions there were, and a lot of you guys asked multiple, so you're going to learn a lot about me during this, which is great because this is kind of what I wanted to do. And just to say, again, thank you for helping me get to 800. This probably isn't going up when I've got an 800, which was the original plan. But, yeah. Thank you.